I'm bad at keeping track of time. And here we are. The Cubs just beat the Pirates and are in sole possession of the Central Division. But it could change. We've got John Lester with a bad ERA up against Daniel Ponce de Leon with an even worse ERA. Battle of the really old person, or well, old for baseball nowadays, versus who I think is somewhat young, Ponce de Leon. Cubs AAA, does that? Okay, I'll auto fix that, I guess. I don't know what happened. So, Cubs Cardinals. Cubs at home at Wrigley, beautiful Wrigley Field, which we might not get to see at all in the real season. Oh, wow, and John Lester's energy is that's how old he is. He doesn't even, he's had a full week's rest and still doesn't have full energy, which means I'm guessing they're going to go to the pen. Wilson Contreras' energy is also low, but he's just too hot to sit. He is too hot to sit. He has hit so many home runs in the last few games. I forgot to see if Ponce de Leon was a right-handed or left-handed. Hold on. Oh, I guess it doesn't sit right there. But that's okay. Anywho, let's get into it. I'm going to figure this out here. I guess I'll just assume he's right-handed and hope that I'm correct. Oh, wait. Yeah, he is right-handed. I just saw it there. So that's good. So we will adjust accordingly. We have Chris Bryant leading it off. Jason Hayward's been doing very well. We're going to put Anthony Rizzo. You know, Schwarber had an okay day with being in front of Rizzo. Let's sandwich Schwarber in between Chris Bryant and Anthony Rizzo. I think that'll look good. Jason Hayward's been hitting well enough where he should be up there. I'm going to give the start to Nico Horner once again ahead of Jason Kipnis. Sorry for all those big Kipnis fans. But here we go. Enough of me talking. Let's get going with this first game of the Cubs versus Cardinals of the year. First game of the first. Wilson Contreras is dragging during pregame warmups. You should consider giving him the day off. Y'all want to see Contreras play, right? We are going to skip. That's an executive decision I made. Where we are going to have... You want your money back? You haven't given me any money, Roxy. Throw me some money and maybe I'll give it back to you. But, so anyway. What the hell? Yeah, here we go. Cubs Cardinals. Hopefully Contreras doesn't get hurt or something. Then I'll look like a huge asshole. But Caratini is great. And I don't have any problem starting Caratini. In fact, I like giving Caratini starts. I just feel as though that Wilson Contreras would definitely be starting the first game against the Cardinals at Wrigley. Especially because I'm pretty sure he has been John Lester's sort of personal, or not personal pitcher because he plays most of the time. But Contreras has such a strong arm. And Lester, people like to steal on Lester because he literally can't throw to first base, or if he does, he like goes like that and like underarms it.
Leading off the afternoon for St. Louis.
Gotta change to team selects to let the computer go at it.
The second baseman.
But yeah, so he does have a quick. He's quick to the plate though, and Contreras has such a cannon on him. Even though Contreras is one of the worst players as far as pitch framing goes, he still has an arm, so he's quick to throw and got a cannon.
120.
So they like to have him pitch with Lester, or Lester to have him use battery mode. It's a rainy day too. Rainy opener against the old Cardinals. We might call one of my comedian friends, maybe even a musician. I've got one or two musicians. All right, 3 pitches in.
Batting second, the shortstop.
And,
Edmonds.
yeah, 1 out. That's good. Tommy Edmonds up, batting .308 so far. He's been projected to. They weren't sure about his playing time, but he's a pick for someone to kind of break out this year. I think towards the end of last year he put together some really good numbers. So they're thinking there's a good chance that if he can get the at-bats, he'll play very well. And I think he's got some versatility defensively where he could play second and third, I think. He might even play some outfield. I'm not entirely sure. I know I do like that being a utility man is becoming more common. Is it used to be like, I'm this position, and that's all people would play. It's a singular position. Whereas now, especially when we were younger, when everyone was younger, you play all over the place. So why shouldn't you be able to do that when you're a professional baseball player? Some players like it, I think, too, the change. I understand some people like the consistency of being in a spot. I like the same thing with batting order. I understand there's mentally there's a familiarity with it. That's more so in the batting order mentality thing. Whereas position there's a genuine concern if you get used to being in one spot and every position is slightly different. Sometimes very different. There's a big difference between playing the outfield and playing third base, but a lot of people seem to do that. Chris Bryant being a prime example of that. But like I said, he seems to enjoy that. And I like that. I like when players are just happy to play. And they like playing. And it's because it's a game. It's a game. By the way, I shaved my neck last night. The neck part of my beard. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I also picked some of my nose hairs. Not all of them. A line drive. Misplayed by Ian Happ. He started to go back and then went forward. To his credit, they do say one of the hardest balls to catch in the outfield is a line drive hit right at you. Line drives hit right at you are kind of hard to judge right off the bat, so they're hard to catch. But it also makes you look real dumb because you can go back and forward, and then you go, "Oh, I didn't have to move at all." But I'm sure it went down as a hit technically, but that was a very misjudged ball that could have been caught. Oof. 1-1. Strike one. Currently drinking coffee. I've got a very, very, very small amount of Mountain Dew left. We'll see if I switch over to that here.
That's ball 2.
Okay, and we're out of the inning. All right, Daniel Ponce de Leon. It's fun that someone's last name is Ponce de Leon. And then I got to make a Fountain of Youth joke about John Lester. And it's funny because they're talking about playing the real season if it actually happens here in Arizona and Florida. So, cripes. Get ready for every time he pitches in Florida for them to make... Because, Ponce de Leon sought the Fountain of Youth and he thought it was in Florida. I don't know why he thought it was in Florida. But, spoiler alert, it wasn't, or at least if it is, he did not find it. But yeah, get ready for a lot of those. Although actually at the same time, sports broadcasters often aren't big French explorer history buffs. So, who knows? Oh, I bet Len Casper, I bet. Ooh, it's a grounder. Can Bryant beat it out? No. I bet Len Casper will make that joke, though. Len Casper's a nerd, and I mean that in a positive way, completely. Len Casper seems to know a lot about pop. Like, he knows bands, and I'm like, wow, you know that band? Or like he'll know a lot of references. He seems very eclectic with his knowledge, and I like him.
Nope.
I remember right at first I was not a huge fan, but now I am. Like I said, I use nerd in a positive connotation there. Yeah. All right, Kay Schwarbs is up. I don't know if he's done much batting in the 2-hole. I know he's let off. They experimented with leading him off some, with not the best results, I think. He certainly has been in the 3 and the maybe 5-hole some. But we'll see. Ooh, hits it right to the shortstop. It didn't look like they necessarily had the shift on him there. I could be wrong. Up next, Anthony Rizzo with an 863 OPS, 4 home runs already. Starting to bring that average up closer to where we're used to it being. And the power numbers are definitely, so far, better than usual. So that could be an interesting sign. Maybe he's doing some lifting in the off season. Maybe he's addressing his back issues and maybe doing more squats. Say squat. Y'all do squats out there? Roxy, I'm not reminding you of anything.
Inside, ball 1.
But ooh, makes good contact. 1 and 2 to Anthony Rizzo, who I've basically been... Ooh, that was bad. He's been batting mostly in the 2nd hole usually. I think I maybe did lead off with him a few times. Oh, it's Heidi Watney, who often comes and talks to us, even though we can't hear any of the words that she says. You're a delight, Heidi. It's good to see you early on in the broadcast. I love having this bad lip reading with you. Or bad, I guess I didn't try to do a lip reading. I pretend that she says things that I can understand. So it's not even a lip reading, it's just me pretending. Oof. Ooh. Hayward slightly misjudged that too. He had to do a little bit backup. I don't know if the wind must be crazy. Is there something I didn't see about the wind maybe blowing in? I mean, the rain's definitely going to be bringing some stuff down, I would assume. But there's a good chance that the wind could be coming in. And if that's the case, this could be a low-scoring game if the wind's blowing in with the rain coming down. Because no wind. As I talk about the wind possibly blowing in, they say that there is literally no wind. We are in, no wind, but rain. So we'll see, because Wrigley Field can be the easiest place to hit home runs or the hardest place to hit home runs, solely based on what the wind is doing. I've seen pop flies where when the person hits them, they get upset because they assume it's a pop fly, and then it's a home run, and then they go, what? And I've also seen people just tear into pitches and then have them not go very far. All right, strikeout, but it gets dropped, so he throws him out at first. 2 down with 22 pitches. John Lester being extremely efficient thus far, which is good because, as I said before, his energy levels were not complete. The bar had not yet reached its full strength for his energy. So So efficiency would be key in this game. Pop up. Looks catchable. And he's got it. Wow. Another quick half an inning. Up next, Contreras, Hayward, and Baez. Wilson has been on fire. That's the only reason they even said, they were like, hey, he's looking tired. Should we sit him? And I was like, no way. Dude has 3 home runs in the last 2 games. Look at that OPS this year. 1.19 OPS. Am I going to sit him down? No flipping way. Not against the Cardinals, a starting game. Get out of here. Get out of here. And a grounder, but still hard contact. Oh, and that's a fly. Oh, is he going to go 2 or stay? Okay, he stayed. He must be tired. He was like, I don't need it. And he's 6. So Contreras gets on base with a little help from his from the shortstop. Is that Edmund? Maybe that's why he's... I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even know who the shortstop is for the Cardinals. I should have looked at that. That's my fault. It's my fault. Up next, Jason Hayward, batting 333 with 3 home runs and 11 RBI. He's on some sort of hitting streak. Oh, there's Clark. Clark the Bear. He says, oh, man, it is raining on me, and I'm a human being inside of this, and it's not fun right now, probably. Yes, I'm dry technically, but this felt outfit is getting very damp. Ooh. And there's 1 and 2. So that ended quickly. This with as efficient as Lester has been thus far, Ponce de Leon has been even more so. He is 1 2/3 through the 2nd inning with like 13 pitches thrown. That's a very small amount of pitches. Hold on, good to see. Yeah, he's averaging well, we'll see what happens here. And then I'll do the math of dividing by 2 to see how many pitches he's been averaging per inning. But so far, it's not much. Let's see if Baez can put a charge into one. Good eye. Good eye. God, when was the last time Javier Baez didn't swing at 2 pitches outside of the strike zone in a row, right? Oh, but not 3 pitches outside of the strike zone in a row. 2 and 1 to Javier Baez. Ponce de Leon. It's raining. Hopefully there's not a delay. They do that in this game. And it's interesting because then they try and when you play at least, oof, it's a slow runner, but no, I mean, Javier Baez is fast, but the ball was slowly running into the third baseman. But it's out. Yeah. So I think that was 17 pitches, so he's averaging 8.5 pitches an inning. But like I said, they're both being very... Up next, Harrison Bader, Ponce de Leon, and then whoever is the first hitter for the Cardinals.
Leading off for St. Louis, the right fielder, number 48, Harrison.
There goes John Lester.
Bader.
Pitch 1 of the 3rd inning. Another grounder to Baez. He's out. 1 pitch, 1 out.
The pitcher, number 62.
Bader is very fast. He should be very fast. I don't know exactly. I know last year he was a rookie and known more for his I think he is probably very fast. I'm guessing he's a 90-something. We'll see if he gets on base. It'll show.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
I'm going to say high 80s, low 90s. I could be wrong. But he was one of those guys where I think his defense was really good, and then they were just waiting for his offense to catch up. And also, I thought they were like, if he starts getting on base, he'll steal more. So it presumes that some speed there. But I thought he had some power, too. I don't know. I need to look that up. Strike 3. Take a seat, Ponce. You flippin' Ponce. Yeah.
The second baseman,
Oof.
Wong.
He goes, I'm going to go back to Florida. to find the fountain of youth. That's my Frenchman impersonation. That's okay, I'm part French. My last name's Lautz, which is a German pronunciation of a French name, I'm told. Because my family comes from that area that's been France or Germany, back and forth a bajillion different times down that area. This is what I'm told. I don't know if it's true. But John Lester has him 0-2. Lets his chrome dome get a little water on it, wetting it up a little, getting a little moist. Ooh, down in the dirt. Dirty birdie, Lester. Looks like he's playing cricket with that sort of throw. Tried to get him to go for something inside, not doing it again. 2-2 pitch. Here we go. Not even a challenging pitch when you're 2 feet outside the zone with a curveball. I don't know what he's trying for. So he drops from 0-2 to 3-2. I don't know if you could blame Lester or give credit to the batter. I think I can do both. And then contact. Jason Hayward is under it. Brings it in. Well, to the bottom of the third we go.
Leading off for the Cubs, the center fielder, Ian.
Ian Happ's up.
1-0.
He is actually, I believe that they are going to, the show is doing a baseball player thing where baseball players, a representative from every major league team is playing in a tournament of MLB The Show, and I believe Ian Happ is the representative. It'll be interesting to see if he starts where he places himself everywhere in the order. I don't know if they rips one down the line but foul. I don't know if the tournament has them pick their own teams. Strike 3. I don't know if they play their own team or if they get to pick anybody that they want. I think they might get to pick anybody they want, which is weird because you might be playing teams that if everyone's picking just who they think that should be the best players in the game, you're going to have a lot of real similar teams playing each other. Oh, wow. A pop-up. Well, she's Louise. Two outs in the third inning and only 22 pitches in. This is kind of amazing, actually, for the Ponce de Leon. Yeah. Now John Lester's up.
That's the ball. Ball one.
Ponce currently has the perfect game. By the way, I've got my Cubs shirt. You can't see, but I got my Cubs shirt on. Strike! But yeah, Ponce currently has, I know that's his last name, but I'm just going to call him Ponce. Currently has a perfect game. That was low, but okay. And I was saying he has a perfect game to jinx him, but at the current rate, he would have a complete game with 78 pitches, I believe. And would have a perfect game.
Leading off for St. Louis.
Sorry, just looking at things on the phone. Might see if one of my friends wants to join the fantasy cast. Oh, right. Oh, did I mention John Lester is not the... John Lester almost tries not to field the ball. I'm not sure if that was the case there. I'm not sure if it just got under his legs, but he often doesn't like to field it because he is unable to throw the ball to first. Yeah, he has issues, is how I will nicely put it. Well, let's see if he can't... Paul Goldschmidt, he's been doing very well so far this year, too. 294, 4 home runs. his numbers are starting to fall somewhat the last 2 years, but he also has, I don't know where that is. But Paul Goldschmidt, he's not running anymore. He used to be, especially in fantasy baseball, probably one of the best first basemen because he hit around 300 and would have 30-some steals and close to 20 or 30-some home runs with 20-some steals. The last 2 years, he stopped running. The average is kind of declining some. The power's still there. He's still good. But he's not the top-tier person at first that he once was.
I got 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike.
3-1 to Paul Goldschmidt. John Lester is scared. Perhaps John Lester is thinking that Paul Goldschmidt is the hitter he was 10 years ago, and that John Lester was the pitcher he was 10 years ago. But they're not. Although, yeah, I need to look at. Oh, well, that was another strike. That's not really Lester's fault. 2 of those balls look to be in the strike zone. And Lester kind of lives and dies by especially as he ages and his stuff gets less good and the velocity is going down and down on his fastball. You kind of have to live and die by the corners. I don't know if they do pitch framing stuff in this game. Ooh, they got a turn 2. There's 1. And there's 2. Nicely done. Although whoever's on third has an 86 speed, so any hit would score anyone pretty much. But there it is. Double flag. Yadier Molina. He's a person that I always think is like 50 years old, but I think he's younger than me. He's maybe 34-ish, around there. We're around the same age, I think. But he's just been so good for so long. And he's been kind of a Cub killer, too, which is why I'm just assuming he's going to score an RBI here and get a hit. For so long, he was the best defensive catcher in the game. He's still good, but he certainly isn't what he once was. I could see him very easily becoming, I would assume that once he's done playing, that he'll be some sort of bench coach for the Cardinals. On his way to becoming a manager. I don't know if it's true, but I've heard that catchers often, David Ross is the Cubs manager now, but as a catcher, you learn how to run a game. There's, controlling a pitcher, communication with players. You very much... Ooh, strike 3. Nicely done. That a way to get out of a jam there, John. And the pitch count still, for 4 innings, less than 50 pitches. That's great. That means you can... Especially with John, you can pitch at least... Tom Berenger was a catcher that became a manager. That's true. Was he a player manager? Did he play in the second one? Or did he just tutor the dummy guy? I can't remember. Major League 2. When they said, what would happen if we made this movie PG? How much more money could we make if we made this movie PG? Did not do both concurrently. Okay. Yeah. His knees were pretty much shot at the end of the first one, which was why it was such a plot twist. Spoiler alert for those who haven't seen the movie Major League. Tom Berenger calls his shot and then bunts. And then Wesley Snipes is on second, I believe, at the time, and gets all the way from home, or gets all the way to home from the bunt, because the throw goes to first, which Berenger barely runs out, and you can tell it's like all he had left. It's all he's had left. And then the throw goes to home, and the umpire very, very aggressively says, "He's safe, something like that. I can't remember. It's been a while. It's been a while. It's been a minute.
Now back.
Here comes Kay Schwarb's up.
Fielder.
Hit a ground. His average not looking great. I don't know what his OBP is, but he hasn't walked that much. He's walked some. Oof. Yeah, they really need to get the old Ponce here to start throwing more pitches. There you go. You can't be letting the opposing pitcher. I mean, it's one thing to be throwing a perfect game, but it's another thing to be throwing less than 10 pitches every inning for it, because that makes things a lot easier. There he goes. There goes the perfect game, dipshit. Sorry, Ponce.
The first baseman, number 44.
No youth for you. Fountain of youth for you.
Rizzo.
Now Anthony Rizzo's up. We got something cooking in the kettle. You don't cook things in the kettle, right? You've got some extra liquids to drink it. But I like the cook in the kettle. Almost sort of alliteration-y. Here we go. Anthony Rizzo's up. His numbers, like I said, starting to kind of normalize to what we're used to, with some added power, which is nice.
That ball went out.
And yet it still rains. I'm guessing in the next inning or so that there may be a rainbow. Ooh, strike on the outside corner. That's good. He didn't want that one. And like I said, I'm fine with making Ponce throw more pitches. Ooh, it's probably caught. But still good opposite field power. He lifted it up. At least it wasn't a double play, which is what he's been doing a lot of lately. All right, Wilson Contreras is up. They told me to sit him, and I said no. And maybe I was wrong, but we'll see. We'll see if he can crank another home run here.
Count 1-0.
Or even take a walk. That would be fine, too. Either one would be fine. Ooh, right down the middle.
1 ball, 1 strike. Count is 2-1.
Here we go, 2-1 to Wilson Contreras. Eesh.
2 balls.
Would have been 3-1, but he couldn't stay off the highness. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Knocks it, makes some contact. Good, let's get some pitches going here. Once again, fouls it off. That's fine. I like it. My hair is not as nice as I would like it to be. I tried a little, but not good. Oh, we looked bad at swinging at that one. Come on, Wilson. But at least they had him throw more pitches than they have been. Oh, it's Heidi's back. Hi, Heidi. Oh, yeah. It has been a pitcher's duel, I agree. That's a fantastic anecdote, Heidi. Oh. Well, yeah, it is. Like cats and dogs it is rating. Well, we'll talk to you later, Heidi. Thanks again. You're a pleasure as always. Tyler O'Neill steps into the plate.
Tyler O'Neill.
Whoa, that's down.
Strike again. Strike 3. What?
1 ball, 2 strikes. Down.
They called that a ball? Are you fucking nuts? That's insane. That's insane.
balls, 2 strikes.
All right. 3-2, although, like I said, I can't believe they called that one earlier at all.
Nope, that's ball 4.
That's annoying. I am annoyed.
Center fielder, number 35.
I try to avoid being annoyed.
Thomas.
Like, I avoid it like it's the Domino's mascot sometimes. But all right, Lane Thomas is up. We might call Brady here. Oh, he's going! Oh, but he's got to go back because he popped out. Must have been a hit and run. Yeah, whoever is on first, like I said, shouldn't have walked him. Which, I mean, like I said, it wasn't necessarily Lester's fault because he threw a definite strike kick. Harrison Bader's up. I would be I'd be slightly surprised if they didn't steal again. Because people like to steal on John Lester. And the irony that he's a left-handed person that can see exactly what the runner's doing and is not. The one good thing is he's got a quick move to home. So it's hard for the runner to time because sometimes they'll just start going and he's able to step off the mound and be able to underhand it to somebody to get him in a pickle. Okay, that's the most unrealistic thing in the game was John Lester just threw to first at a decent speed and it went somewhat straight. It wasn't like a whoop, and it wasn't underhand. There we go, strike one. Ooh, I think I heard some thunder, or else my headphones are just muffling. Ooh, rip down the line. 2-2. Oof. Strike 3, nicely done. To get to 2 outs, that's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. Especially, like I said, there's a very fast man on first base. Now I would be even more surprised if they don't steal, because with two men out, and a guy who is in the 90-some percentile for speed, you think that he would maybe run. Oof. Luckily he didn't, but also unluckily, a hit just happened. Was that Ponce de Leon? Was that the flippin'? Was that the flippin' pitcher? Golly, was it? I don't know, because now it's not giving me the thing. I'm upset if that's what that was. Oof. Off the inside corner. Fulton Wong is up. Not great numbers so far this year. I mean, he's batting 100. Not 1,000, 100 with runners in scoring position. So, not great. 2-0. He hits it into the gap-ish, but caught. And the end of the inning. I was going to call it a pitcher's duel, which it still sort of is. There's no runs and only 4 hits total. 1 on the Cubs and the 3 on the Cardinals. But that was definitely in some trouble there for John Lester that he was lucky to get out of. Oh, it's Heidi Watney again. Yep. How you doing, Heidi? It sure is raining. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Ooh, they put their logo on bats sometimes. It's never too late to promote the thing that people have already bought and are watching. The show. Watch it, play it, live it. The show. Okay, here comes Jason Hayward. strike from Ponce de Leon. So 48 pitches into the 5th inning. He's got that pitch count under control thus far. Ooh, Jason Hayward makes great contact. I don't like how outfielders run in this game to make things like when you catch a ball like that, you don't jog. I don't know. They very nonchalantly catch things in this game sometimes, and I don't enjoy it. Because at first it's like, oh, that's gonna definitely get down because it looks like and he's like, oh no, he's just jogging to catch it like this. Strike one. It's Javi. I think it's Javi, right? Yeah, that's Javi. I contraried me. Ooh. Yeah, it's Javi. Well, we're back to letting him pitch about 10 pitches an inning, which is bad. You don't want them to not use their bullpen when you have to play them 2 more times in the next 2 days, and they're your rivals. Good eye, Ian Happ. Ponce de Leon wipes off the sweat/rain mixture. Wipes off his sweat with the rain on his arm. Ooh, is it gonna drop? It does! Ian Happ gets himself a hit. Now the question is, with Happ's pretty decent speed, is he gonna test the arm of Yadier Molina and try and get to second here? Nico Horner's up, who I keep starting even though his numbers are not getting better. Oh, Clark did sort of an air hump. I don't know. Yeah, he's having sex with the air. Good job, Clark. We love you. Looked a little low maybe, but they gave it to him. We'll probably give our friend Brady a call here at some point. Sorry, just looking through messages. Like I said, we'll call Brady. I was gonna. Ooh. 1-2 pitch. And he's hanging in there, Nico. At least getting his pitch count to get a little higher here. Ooh, makes contact with it, but not hard enough to do much. Well, into the 6th we go. This is a quick game.
Leading off for St. Louis, the shortstop, Tommy Edman.
No, that's low.
By the way, you will notice today's game is the game that was supposed to happen in the regular season. I'm going to try... Oh, shit. If it's fair, it's gone. Foul ball. Woo! I'm going to try to start streaming the games. Oh, I thought that was inside and possibly high, or high. But apparently it was in the strike zone. I am going to try and start streaming the games the time that they were meant to be seen in the regular season for real. I'm sad that the real baseball's not happening. They're talking about till maybe around June. So I might be doing this for 2 more months. Roxy, I'll have to call you one of these times to be on the show. But I like you in the comments section. I hope you get more and more comments in the comment section. and that you encourage people to do so as well. And you're saying some funny things too. That's why I like it in the comments. Ooh, ahead of it again. 3-2 pitch. Well, here's the call it the payoff pitch, but that's what should have been happening a few times, and apparently not. And it is Kyle Schwarber, in this game at least, is not diving for balls that I think he should be diving for. And he look how, with what trepidation he approaches this ball. Like, he goes, and then he should be on a sprint, Kyle. Sprint and catch it. And they're taking Lester out. Okay, I knew his energy was down, but still, geez Louise.
Your attention, please.
Travolta looking around. Very funny. I'm saying there will be. You just have to have faith. Gotta have faith, the faith. Also, I don't know if I have your phone number. Usually Facebook messages. He's running. Ooh. That's not a great, throw by Contreras. Yeah, it was high, it was to the side, to the wrong side. Yeah, not great, especially with, it's bananas to me that they did it, the first time they tried to steal is when the person who's worst at keeping people from trying to steal, or one of the people, the person that can't throw, that do pickoff plays. Sorry, I'm mumbling. But Jarrell Cotton, former Oakland A, oh boy, some contact there, but caught. Once again, there's another one where I feel like Kyle should have been running harder to be able to get in front of it for that throw. Right? Like, he should have been sprinting to get in front of it, not to do a turnaround throw like that. Like, he should have been running hard to try and get in front of it and then throw, and he might have had a chance. Now there's a runner who has real good speed on third, so basically anything that's over 250 feet probably is going to score the runner. Or, well, I don't even know. Anything that's moderate, mid outfield, and a lot of stuff on the ground is going to score the person on third. There's a small chance that they'll pitch around this hitter to put the double play into play as it were. But we'll see. You know, I certainly, with the way that Ponce has been pitching for the Cards, I really don't like giving up any runs. I mean, no one ever likes to give up any runs, but when Ponce is, you know, throwing 5 innings and he's throwing 50-some pitches, that'll score a run.
Got it.
2 outs. That run goes to Lester, I believe. Up next, Yadier Molina, old Yachty. Yachty, yachty, yachty. Hopefully it's the end of the inning. Oof, ripped for foul. Strike 3, he's out of the inning. But the damage has been done as a run scores. Cotton Bryant, and then, yeah, the pitching spot's up. So, I don't know, maybe you bring Caratini in to pinch hit? I don't know who's pinch hitting.
Pinch hitting for the Cubs.
Yep, Victor Caratini.
Number
I'm a
7.
big fan of Caratini.
Victor.
And then I don't know if you do a double. I'm sure they'll show us what happens. Strike. I don't know if he's going to stay in and take over for Contreras. But then the pitcher spot would be in the 4-hole. So it's like, I mean, I'd love it if they got through 5 batters at least and scored a run or 2.
Nope, that's a ball.
And then you could do a double switch
1 ball, 1 strike.
where you could put Caratini in to catch for Contreras, and then put someone else is the pitcher's spot. But then the rest of the game, you'd have the pitcher spot. Well, unless you pinch it again. Like I said, you still got Kipnis. You still got Bodie. Staying in there. He's making Ponce de Leon work, which is more than a lot of the Cubs hitters have been doing. 3-2 count for Caratini. Chris Bryant on deck. Be real nice to get a walk here would be fine with me. I just want to get some guys on base. Staying in there, making contact. 8 pitches this at bat. That's good. Down the line. Oh, not a great at bat though. 9 pitches. 9 pitches that at bat. 9 pitches is more pitches than 1 or 2 innings, I think, that for Ponce de Leon. So, yeah. Unfortunately, the result wasn't exactly what we wanted, but still not bad.
Ball 1, no strikes.
Ball 1, no strikes. Oof. Outside.
Ball, that's inside. Ball 4, that's up.
The batter, the left fielder, Kyle Schwarber.
All right, I'll take one. Oh, wow. I can't believe they're taking Ponce de Leon out. Wow. He did not throw, he was like 60-some pitches. He didn't even have 70 pitches maybe. That blows my mind. He had barely given up any hits. He'd given up less than 3 or 4 hits. He'd walked a couple people. I guess they just feel more comfortable with the lefty on lefty matchup that's about to happen. I'm dumbfounded, but also pleased that they got rid of Ponce de Leon. Ooh, baby! And right away, when the bullpen takes over, right away, the first pitch, Schwarber gets a hit. It took the Cubs so many more pitches, or well, not even that many pitches. It took them, I don't know how many innings, 3 or 4 innings to even get a hit.
No, that's bad.
All right. So there's 1 out with Anthony Rizzo up. A 3-run homer would be good right about now. Now, like I said, his power is starting to be more prevalent so far this season. Strike.
1-1.
I think he's about 30 years old, which means Not much aside from baseball. Yes! Are they going to send him to try and tie it up? They are! He's going! Play it home! Not a great throw! It cuts it off! And we have a tie game! Wow! I mean, the Cardinals take out their starting pitcher who had been doing fantastic for to kind of get a lefty on, or the right, to get some lefty on lefty matchups for the pitching, and it so far has not worked. And Wilson Contreras is up, the power bat of late. Get the fludge out of here. I'm trying to swear less, but yeah, that was a strike. You kidding me? You kidding me? All right, 0-1. He didn't look great swinging at that one. Maybe when they told me that he shouldn't play, perhaps they meant it. Yeah. But then, I was going to say, but then Caratini, we'll see if they do a double switch. I think they might do a double switch and keep Caratini in. I kind of would, I maybe want to keep Caratini in. He's a better defensive framer. Like I said, I don't know if how much that plays into this game. They do have stats for so many, or they have statistics and rankings and things, ratings for so many of people's abilities, I should say, So I think pitch framing probably is one of them. Which is probably why they're giving Yadier Molina some, because he's good at pitch framing. I'm pretty sure. And maybe that's why Wilson's not getting some, whereas Caratini is a good pitch framer. Glad they didn't give that one, because that certainly was a ball. But here we go. Jason Hayward up to bat with runners on first and second. Tie ball game. 1-2 pitch, and away it goes. All right, 2-2. Nice eye, Jason. It's just been a consistent rain. And Jason Hayward didn't look great swinging at that one. But let's give a call to Brady, also known as Brad sometimes. We'll see if he answers. Last night I called 3 of my friends. None of them answered. It was extremely embarrassing. We'll see if anyone answers. Brady Penning, welcome to the show. MLB's The Show. I'm Spencer Laux. You know that from your phone. Yeah, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm nourishing myself.
You're nourishing yourself?
Yes.
Is that what we're calling masturbating nowadays?
No time for that.
Gotta get a nice bottle of olive oil, really nourish myself up. Get all nourished. Sometimes I nourish myself 2-3 times a day if I'm all alone, Ooh, down on the front. Yeah, and especially because I went off my antidepressants recently, so that's definitely made me. I was on a very low dosage. What?
Your Knicks are blowing it up.
Yeah, woo, yeah! It's certainly, and also apple cider vinegar. I don't know if you've ever had apple cider vinegar. I'm just telling you, Courtney, if you ever want to get Brady in the mood, pour a shot of apple cider vinegar into whatever else he's drinking. I would say water, but I know Brady doesn't drink water. Do you drink water now?
Because of Jake Arrieta's wake-up morning regimen.
Oh, yeah?
I forced myself, 3 years ago, immediately because...
Oh, it's deep. Can Jason Hayward get to it? I don't think so. It's not gone, at least. But a double, possibly triple. He's going for 3. I think he's going to get it, and he does. He slides, but he probably didn't need to. Lane Thomas, who I don't know who that is, has a triple and is the go-ahead run at third if they were to get anything else. But, yeah, what's Jake Arrieta's wake-up regimen? This ties into baseball still, so that's good. Yes, I am. Yeah? Yeah, it's amazing what a lot of times if I feel tired or whatever, or like even if I'm like, I should eat food, it's like if you chug like 20 or 30 ounces of water, do that first and see how you feel like 10 minutes later. Because like 9 times out of 10, you're like, oh, my body just needed water. But have you also have you ever done like a shot of apple cider vinegar? If you're able to water it down and into like a big glass like that, especially if you're able to almost get rid of the taste completely. Strike one. It's especially if you're able to deal with it tasting terrible the first 2 days to a week. You eventually kind of don't mind the taste. I wasn't, well, yes, no, here comes the play at home. Jason Hayward to home. Oh, and he just misses it. And the Cardinals go ahead by 1. Nuts. Yeah, well, it doesn't necessarily make you horny as it does give you random weird boners. So, not even necessarily be horny, you'll just all of a sudden be like, why do I have a boner right now? So like I said, yes. People know. Well, people need to know. Enough people need to know so you can point towards your erection and be like, apple cider vinegar, and they'll be like, oh, okay. Like, yes. And they'll understand. They need to understand that, you know, some boners happen, you know. Both mistakes in life and erections that just kind of happen. Yeah, what's up, Courtney? How are you doing, honey?
Sponsors. What you're showing me is a commercial.
That ties in right to what I was about to say.
I've actually...
We need to get a hold of Bragg. Be like, hey, we got a pitch for you.
Whoa, that's upstairs.
Get a hold of who?
Bragg's. They're an organic juice company.
Oh! Yeah. I've thought about doing fake commercials. I've done 1 or 2 fake commercials where I've been like, I have a Purple Panther energy drink where I'm like, Purple Panther energy drink, not proven to give you cancer, or something like that. Or something along those lines. But also I was drinking Mountain Dew last time, and I was like, man, oh man, would I love to be because I feel like a lot of sponsorships would be phony, but you know me, Brady. If Doritos and Mountain Dew were sponsoring me, that's right? Like, I drink enough Mountain Dew, and it helps me write, and I like it, where I wouldn't feel bad hawking it, because...
Just get a hold of Young
Just get a hold of that one of the largest companies in the world.
Yeah.
So, just Yum Brand Marketing at Hotmail. So I'm going to send an email to Yum Brand Marketing at Hotmail.
No. You're going to send them a hard copy letter in a manila envelope.
Send them a vintage postcard.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
Yeah.
Now pitching for St. Louis. Number 20.
Yeah, from France.
Alex.
I thought we were going to say, like, greetings from Huge Profit. And have just a bunch of money with me on it and be like, that's what it would be if we were together. Yes. The DPs. That's whenever I get on a porno site, I want to see dead president cosplay, so I always type in DP. And every time I don't get what I want to see. I mean, except for the one time where Benjamin Franklin, he wasn't a president. Except for this one time where this guy dressed up like Teddy Roosevelt had 2 dicks in his butt. That's the only time. That's a good question. Had you that also leads me to some rumors. Have you heard about how they might play? That they're considering playing the actual season in Arizona and Florida, where everyone does their spring training games, and then also they'll be able to use the Marlins in Tampa Bay, and then also the Diamondbacks real stadium. But the Arizona, especially, because Arizona is very close. All the parks, because there's like 10 or 12 parks they play at Arizona that are all very close in proximity, and they all have their own facilities. And but they were talking like that the divisions would possibly be what their spring training divisions are. So I don't know, because if they would still I'm assuming they would still separate AL and NL. But, so like the Royals Cactus League is what it's called, would be like, they'd still play the White Sox, but also the Oakland A's are in that, and, yeah, look up the Cactus League, because I think they might, like I said, because that's who they play more, is who in spring training. Yeah, but wouldn't that be nuts if that's where the divisions were instead of like the Central and stuff? If they just did, like, yeah, because don't get me wrong, the Cubs would still play like the Brewers, but I don't think the Cardinals would be in their division. So it's kind of nuts just to play. Just imagine like.
Don't they play the Mets a lot?
I need to look. I don't know. I would be surprised if the Mets didn't have theirs in Florida. I could be wrong, but I would assume that since the Mets has, especially since Mets has so many, I'm sure their minor leagues are also on the East Coast, that I would figure that flights to Florida would be a lot more convenient, and also they bus a lot sometimes too from there, I think. So, but I don't know. I'm not as familiar as you would think with spring training stuff, but it's crazy. I mean, like I said, there's a good chance that maybe the whole season gets played in mostly Arizona.
So you gotta be responsible before they start that.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be really funny if this got really popular and then real baseball started and then no one. It'd be really fun. I mean, I don't know. Oh my God, did he get there? Okay, yeah, Nico Horner just struck out, but it was a pass ball and beat out the throw to first.
Your attention, please. He's hitting for the Cubs. Number 13.
And it's Cub Fantasy Stream on Twitch. David Bodie's up. BTO taking care of business, working overtime, workout. Here comes David Bodie.
Ball that time.
Bodie. Yeah, it'd be nice, especially it'd be pretty, I would feel bad for the pitcher after striking what would have been the third guy out to have, I mean, I'm not going to feel too bad for him because he's on the Cardinals, but it'd be really, oh, it looks like he's going to get in the gap. Is it going to pass him in center? Oh, no. But still, it's a hit. It's still a hit. Runners on the corners, 2 men out. I really thought that was maybe going to get through and passed into the wall, and it would have scored a run, but that's okay. Bodie, like I said, taking care of business. BTO, workout. Here comes Chris Bryant, I think. Yes, Chris Bryant, who is due. His average and on-base percentage is great so far this season, but he still has yet to hit a home run. I couldn't think of a better time for that to start than right now. But we'll see. Pitch 1, strike on the inside corner. He's batting .333 this season with runners in scoring position. Alex Reyes is a very good pitcher who has had, I think he maybe had Tommy John surgery a year or two ago. He's been one of the top prospects for the Cardinals the last few years. They've thought that he was going to eventually be a starter, but he's been in the bullpen. Brady's child's quite excited about this game, as they should be.
Well, it's not
Ooh.
stuff.
Count is 1 and 2.
Yeah, it's a whole new world. And it's raining out. Hopefully it's rain and winds is what I'm hoping for the Cubs. Yes. It's rain and winds. That's what I'll start singing. But, I know you said you followed. Ooh, up the middle! And that'll score a run! It's a tie game! Is the second go there? No! And they hold up. Chris Bryant comes up big with a single right up the middle, and he says, yeah, I pantomime a punch towards a small person. And the crowd's into it. The crowd's into him pantomiming punching what is either a little person or possibly a child. Ooh, Kyle Schwarber takes the curveball off the outside corner for a ball. 2 for 3 today with 2 singles. He's another one where I think he had some power last game. I think he had a home run. Another one would be great right about now. Ooh, not a strike though. Not a fan of that. And he's batting 111 with runners in scoring position right now this season. Oh, and he pops it up like a big stupid asshole right to Yadier Molina. And that's the end of the inning. Old neck tattoo Molina brings it in. That's his nickname. He's been there for years. That's how he's mostly known. Not for being one of the best catchers to ever exist, but for his stupid neck tattoos. Or I don't know what they are. Maybe they're fine. I don't know. I just noticed them for the first time.
Number 24, Rivalry.
Yeah, I never really paid attention to it before. Yeah. But I mean, and Javi Baez has the MLB tattoo on the back of his neck, like he was made in the laboratory by the Major League Baseball. And they're like, he's fun. They made a player that who's a fun player? And they're like, this guy. Let's make this guy. He steals second when he shouldn't and slides funny and people like it. And they're like, yeah. Let's say he's a human being and put him on the Cubs. And they're like, all right. I love Javi Baez. He plays ridiculously. He plays how a really good 12-year-old plays little league ball. He does, because when he does things, and you're just like, that's a stupid thing to do. And then it works out, and you're like, well, it worked, I guess. But then when it doesn't work, you're like, what an idiot. But it's fun. It's fun to watch. He's a fun player to watch. And he's probably... he's going to get a contract extension, most likely, from the Cubs after this season. Once the payroll cleans up. Strike 3, nicely done. Chris Bryant, probably not. I think Chris Bryant's probably going to get close to a $300 million contract. And I don't think that'll be with the Cubs. So, we'll see. I would be okay with trading him to get a whole bunch right now. It's funny because people were telling me I was silly for wanting him to get traded, or him or Contreras to get traded to the Padres for Dinelson Lamet, who I think, mark my words, Dinelson Lamet. Remember that name, Brady. I bet if he remains healthy, he will be a top 5 Cy Young vote getter this year.
Where is he at?
He's a Padres pitcher.
Oh, Padres.
Yes. He sat out almost all of last year because of Tommy John surgery, but except the last half of the season he came in. He basically didn't get any spring training because he just came in the middle of the season, and so his first 4 or 5 starts were so-so, but his last 10 starts he struck out a ton of people. I mean, he always strikes out a ton of people, but oh, that was an error. Oh, out of play. An error by Anthony Rizzo. That's certainly something we don't see often of here, folks. And this, of all my 2 weeks of calling virtual baseball games to online people, I've never seen Anthony Rizzo make an error quite like that. I have seen him make stupid ones because the video game does really strange stuff every now and then, but not like that one. Well, here we go. Jeremy Jeffress, formerly of the Brewers. I'm not a huge fan of Jeremy Jeffress, actually. He's not very good, which is probably why the Brewers left to let him go. But he's had a couple of mess-ups for the Cubs so far. Although that wasn't his fault. That was just, like I said, an error, a throwing error on old Anthony Rizzo. I've been watching a lot of The Sopranos, so I'm sort of talking like calm soprano. Is it sad that she's the closest impersonation I can do of anybody on that show? Is Edie Falco? Hey there, Tal. Like I just rubbed James Gandolfini's back while he eats gabagoo. Ooh, oh. Ooh, okay, doesn't go. Good. Well, it's a single. Runners on first and third with one out, but at least the double play is at least set up. I don't want Jeremy Jeffress to keep pitching. I hope they bring in a different pitcher. I don't know how many people he's faced, but you do. Are you familiar with the new relief pitcher rule, Brady?
Yeah,
Yes. I think unless or end the inning. I think if you play against one batter and it ends the inning, one or two batters and it ends the inning, then that's okay. Because I think it's meant to speed up the game somewhat, but also just to like stop the crazy manipulation of. Or I don't even want to call it manipulation, because to me it is strategy the way they do that. But a lot of relief pitchers are I don't want to say are going to be out of a job, but there are pitchers that very much have their spot in the bullpen because they only pitch to left-handed or right-handed hitters. For literally one, they're like, oh, there's two lefties in a row. Well, this guy is fantastic against left-handed hitters, and right-handed hitters destroy him. So we'll pitch him like this. But so I don't know.
Which is odd. I don't know. I think they want to just maintain the whole offense to help maybe audience participation.
I think it's to speed up the game. I think it's to keep the game going is one of the main reasons.
That is one.
But yeah, also, like I said, it gets kind of nuts. But I was also a big fan of, and you might be able to do this, where you bring in, I could be wrong, but I was a fan of when the Cubs would bring in a pitcher and then put them in the outfield and bring in another pitcher and then take out the second pitcher and then put the guy who was just in the outfield back at pitcher. Like, I like that. They did that with Travis Wood a couple times. That's probably going to score a run unless... Nope, yeah, that's going to score a run. Shit. Well, the Cubs are down once again. They maybe did it with Lester, but I know that they definitely did it with Travis Wood. They did it a couple times because he was a decent fielder.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, they put him in the left field. He threw something out.
Yeah, he might, or like he made a catch at the wall, I think, like up against the wall. Yeah, Travis Wood was a great, and that's becoming. I'm happy that's becoming somewhat more popular. No, I shouldn't say more popular, but teams are starting to try to do the two-way players now with Shohei Ohtani. He's proved himself as a very good DH. I don't know if he'll be a starter again, but I wouldn't be surprised if they started using him as a relief pitcher. Same thing, Brendan McKay is another player who's one of the best pitchers in the minors right now for the Tampa Bay Rays, and he came up last year. He didn't do very good offensively. He probably had a handful of at-bats. He didn't do that great pitching either, but in the minors, he was like the most dominant pitcher. And so he's another guy who is going to be a starting pitcher for the Rays, but also might be the DH sometimes. And I love that. I think that's fantastic. I hate the pitcher mentality of like pitchers not even trying. Like a lot of times when they get up, they're just kind of like, nah. I don't like that.
It is fairly sad.
Yeah, or like you can tell that they're just like, I'm not going to swing, I'm going to go. And I get it, I understand it. But here's the other thing they're talking about. If they do that thing where they're going to do all the games in Arizona and or Florida, if they did all of them in one place, it'd probably be Arizona. Because it's the everything's closer together there. Even though there's only one real pro park, there's all the other facilities of like 10 other regular parks. But where was I going? Oh, that they might just this year they might just default to the DH for both leagues. So, which the Cubs would be better as a DH team. If Kyle Schwarber can just be the DH, and just concentrate on hitting, oh shit! Hopefully that doesn't score him. Oh, what are you doing, Hap? Are you kidding me? What a shitty ass fielding and then a shitty ass throw. God, where's the urgency? God, did you see that?
I did not.
Oh, good. I envy you. Because it was bad. It was a grounder up the middle. And, here comes Alec Mills, who's good. He's pitched 10 innings with a .9 ERA, so that's, I'm guessing that's like 1 run. Yeah, it's 1 run. 2-0. Okay. Anywho, Brady, thank you for joining us. I'm going to let you go as the game, we're in the top of the 8th inning. Cubs are down 4-2. Thanks for joining us, and thank you for joining us, Courtney and Mooney. Are they still there? What?
I think God bless America sometimes. That's what the people are missing.
Oh, man, don't even get me started on when they pull that bullshit. When less than 2 hours after they already make everyone stand, they fucking bring in some half-rate singer who's a private in the Marines or whatever, fucking, who can't sing very well, sings God Bless America. People got mad at me because I said that, and as I'm saying it, I understand why. But, it's true. Like, one of my friends was like, disagreed with me, like, and I was like, I'm not an amazing singer, but I can tell the difference between quality of singers, and they often are not very good singers that sing God Bless America. But they almost always are service people. Which is fine. I get it. I understand why. Rah, rah, rah. Go US. Fantastic. But like I said, there's got to be some better singers. Maybe do a little vetting is all. Yeah, vet the vets. I don't know. Like I said, I know that makes people angry, but I don't think, if you wanna hear a song that's praising America, don't you want someone with a pleasant voice to do it? I know. Am I in the wrong? Have you listened to some God Bless Americas? They're usually not as good as who sings the Star Spangled Banner. I'll tell you that much.
It's the B squad. They're like, all right.
Yeah.
What do we got? They can't have the same person.
Yeah, whatever. They're fine. And it's also. I mean, I can only imagine it's got to be nerve-wracking. It's a lot easier to sing in front of nobody than it is in front of 30,000 people when you've never done it before.
Yeah, everybody's definitely.
Yeah, everyone's kind of like, all right. No one's standing up. Yeah. Well, anyway, the bases are loaded with 2 outs. Alec Mills pitches 2-1. I'll retract my God Bless America thing. I'm just saying it's weird to have that many. It's too many songs sometimes. I like the 7th inning stretch. That's more about just fun. It's more about just fun and playing a game. Okay, 3-1. That's not good, Alec. Don't walk in another run. But yeah, it's fine. It's great. God bless America to you, Brady and Courtney and Mooney. You guys do well. I hope you're okay out there on the coast.
We're wonderful.
Good. You
survived.
Fuck! You just walked in a run. All right. Well, you guys take care.
Yeah.
Thanks. Goodbye.
The second baseman, Colton.
That was Brady Penning. Why did he not get to advance to second? For which? I don't know which advancing to second thing you're referring to. I was sorry I wasn't paying as much attention. Brady and I were talking for the last couple innings. Hope you all enjoyed Brady Penning. He's my friend.
Nope.
Funny guy. Go to first at one of the Lakers. Oh, did he not get it in the second? It might have been. Sometimes, if he wouldn't have gotten to first, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. I'm surprised that he didn't strike. There we go. Well, the Cubs have their work cut out for them so far. Hopefully, if they can get out of this, they'll be down by 3, which is attainable but not great for 2 innings left. But luckily, the Cardinals are at least also in their bullpen now. Ah, shoot. Okay, good foul ball. He really turned on that baby. One-two pitch. Well, that's... I mean, I'm not going to say let's pack it in. But 6 runs is a lot to overcome. Colton Wong, home double. So it's like my birthday all over again. I went to the game on September 21st, 2019. You can look it up, see what happened. It was terrible. It's terrible. Jesus. Hurry up! I don't know, I'm acting like it matters. 9-2, what a fucking ass kicker. This is embarrassing. Embarrassing. If you're still with us, you're either a sadist or a Cardinals fan, probably. But, yeah. Sorry, I'm just very... What is today? Friday? Friday.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, use the rosin bag. That'll help. Be losing by 7 runs. Oh! Oh, I can't believe I plucked my nose hairs for this. I took a shower for this. Ugh. I think this outfit's has been bad luck. It has turned from good luck to bad luck. They went 6-0 and then started losing, and it's just been bad. Can someone catch it? Okay. Well, the Cardinals just scored like 6 2-out runs. Something like that. I mean, they just scored 7 runs or whatever. I don't know. It was a lot. It was stupid. Andrew Miller, who used to be really good, the Cubs actually went after him instead of... or wait, no. Yeah, the Cubs wanted him instead of Aroldis Chapman from the Yankees in 2016. And I think the Yankees were like, we want Schwarber or nobody. And so they gave him Gleyber Torres. I don't know who I'd want more nowadays. I think, especially with that spot open at second, Gleyber Torres has put together some pretty good numbers.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know. And Andrew Miller was really good for a couple years. The last year he was pretty bad. The year before, I think he's had some injury issues, but he was one of those first relievers that started coming in at really high leverage parts of the game when they would be winning or tied and pitch for more than an inning if needed, I believe. Could be wrong, but he was a very... All right, 3-0 to Anthony Rizzo. And Wilson Contreras is on deck. Well, down 7, so if we score 3.5 runs, which you can't score half runs in baseball, but if we score 3.5 runs per inning, Strike. We could tie them. Presume, as long as we assume that they don't score any more runs. Strike 2.
We got a full count.
Leaving his bat on the shoulder so far. We'll see what he does here in the payoff pitch. Fuck. It's an out. There's always next year. Will there be a next year of society, even, Roxy? Whatever, they can still score 7.
Nope.
I mean, the
outside.
Cardinals just scored 7, right? Why not the Cubs do the same?
No, that's low.
All right. Three and
Oh,
0.
man. That's
Ball 4, nicely done. Wilson Contreras takes the walk.
Now batting, right fielder, Jason Hayward.
Oh God, Roxy, don't even talk to me about the super volcano. I have a meme about the super volcano. Hold on, I'll get it for you.
1-0.
It's a good one, I think. But I've always found the super volcano extremely interesting. Sorry, looking through things. All right, 1-1 to Jason Hayward.
We got
2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Sorry, looking. I got on Instagram and then started looking at other people's Instagram because I was looking for the thing I did on Instagram. And I apologize. Give it a
Count full.
3-2 count. Question is, do you have the runner go here? At this Contreras, I don't think they give him very good. I don't think they gave him very good speed. Most catchers don't have a great amount of speed in this game.
No, that's it.
Ooh, looked like a strike to me, but I'll take the walk for sure.
The batter, number 9, shortstop, Javier.
Javi Baez is up with 2 men on. A 3-run jack would be pretty good right now. Believe you me. Oh. Okay. Well, runners on first and second at least, I guess.
Now batting, center fielder, Ian.
Sorry. Why won't it let me save my own flippin'?
Ball
Oh.
1, no strike.
Oh. Okay. Roxy, I'll
That's
just
a
send
ball.
it to you over Facebook.
2-0.
But I had a super volcano. Well, that's not. All right, 2-1. He hits it hard, but probably not hard enough, and flippin' flop. That's what happened there.
Leading off for the Cardinals, the third baseman, number 13, Matt Carpenter.
Like, why won't it let me say the thing when it's my own?
Count 1-0.
Never mind, Roxy. Just go to my Instagram and like it. It's a thing where it says like, oh, it's the distracted boyfriend meme, and the angry girlfriend. It says, present and real threat of climate change, and then the girl that's walking by says Yellowstone super volcano, and it says me going, ooh, because yeah. End of days, it could be. Man, how did the Cubs not score anything? I'm more angry. This is making me more mad than it should be. This is making me as mad as real Cubs baseball does. Almost more mad because I have the controller right in front of me. If I wanted to change things, I could. I have the control to do it, but I won't because I want it to play out the way the game would play.
Nope, that's
It's getting real fucking frustrating seeing walks happen.
Now batting, the catcher.
I'm going to say that about that. Ugh. Please win,
Inside,
Cubs.
ball one.
Yeah, I don't know, you guys.
Ball.
I'm a little upset. Maybe I'll get Mountain Dew, but I'm not even. And now I'm. Okay, turn 2, hopefully. 1 and a 2. Well, that's something. That's something, because at least we can get out of here soon.
Now batting, left fielder.
And this would catch me up on games, so it's not like I can be like, stream the next one, because then that would be too early. I'll stream the next one tomorrow around whenever the time is supposed to be for it. I'll look at it. I don't know if it's a day game. This was supposed to be a day game. So the Cubs already should have lost way earlier. But not yet.
Ball one.
Ball one.
Ball one, no strike.
And I realize a blowout like this is less exciting. Believe me, I know. I agree. That's why I was really hoping, especially last inning when the Cubs looked like they had something going. I was like, all right, if they score 3 or 4 runs, then it's a game, for sure. Like, if you score four runs where it's 6-9, nice. 6-9, nice. And then go into the last inning with down by 3. That's not likely, but it's doable. Being down 7 now, still in the last inning.
Leading off.
I don't want to say it's hopeless,
The second baseman.
but the odds of the Cubs winning have to be somewhere below 1%. I would assume. To score 7 runs in an inning, I mean, how often do people do that? Do teams do that anyway? I mean, I'm sure there's a nice hit by Horner, but it's probably going to be caught. Oh, it's not! And he's going for second. Please don't get caught. Okay. I was going to say, please don't get thrown out at second there. Well, a double for Nico Horner, so there's something. Yeah, a lot of teams, I would say there are teams that go, ooh, and Steven Souza Jr., who I don't know if I've even started the entire year. So he's fresh probably, we know that. But I'm sure there's a couple teams each year that go, at least a few teams each year, that go an entire season without scoring 7 runs in a single inning. Yeah, I would guess so. In fact, I would say about half the teams. So to do that in the 9th inning against your division rival, when it's rainy out and you've been putting up minimal results anyway, is somewhat unlikely. 3-0 to Steven Souza Jr. Not to be confused with the Souza, Philip Souza, is that his name? The band guy who the sousaphone is named after. You guys big into the sousaphones? Any sousaphone addicts out there? Sousaphonists? He makes good contact, but not good enough. It'll advance the runner, but not enough. You used to Sousa?
Now batter, third baseman.
What did you do with the Sousa? Here's Chris Bryant. Regardless of what he does, it won't be enough.
Count 1-0.
Is that all you did with it, though, Roxy? Is it the same? Is the fingering similar to a tuba or a trumpet? I always forget. It's one of those two, right? Isn't it similar to one of those?
Hey!
That was not.
I got to count 2 and 2.
They all have 3 valves, don't we all? Don't we all have 3 valves? If you know what I mean.
The batter, no left fielder.
Just probably look real bad saying that. God, I'm just happy this game's almost over. And hi. I could just see the Cubs doing some bullshit like scoring 6 runs and then getting out some sort of tease.
Outside, that's the ball.
I don't know. What is everyone going to do after this? I still haven't finished Akira. I have about 25 minutes left of Akira. But I feel like even watching the last of Akira, I still won't understand what happens in Akira. Because Akira really confuses me. Hey, it's the end of the game. I think my silence said enough about how I felt about this game. It looked like it was going to be okay. Fuck you, Roxy, and your go-cards bullshit. I can't even tell if you're saying that just to make me mad or if you actually like the Cardinals. But what was an extremely close game turned into a fucking shit-kicking. Yeah, the Cardinals score 7 in the 8th. After a back and forth, Jeremy Jeffress, who I at length talked about how I didn't like, gave up 4 runs and had the loss.
1 error. They left 6 men on base.
Yeah. The Cubs, I think it said, left 6 men on base. That's a decent amount of people to leave on base. Alex Reyes with the win, who, like I said, is pretty good.
Time of the ball game,
I don't know
3
who
hours and 34 minutes.
Lane Thomas, who I've never fucking heard of, is the player of the game. A triple, an RBI, and 2 runs. How, with all those runs, is that he must have got the go-ahead run or something? Anyway, well, join us. Hold on. Let's see when tomorrow's game is first. And then we can decipher on if I'll be able to stream live when I do that. Oh, 3:05 is tomorrow when the game is supposed to start. So perhaps I will stream at 3:05 tomorrow. We'll see. Thank you for joining us. Me, mostly, and Roxy. Yeah, it was an ass-kicking. It leaves a lot to be desired on both the offensive and defensive side of things for the Cubs there. It especially sucks when it happens against the Cardinals. But at least it only happened in a virtual world online. So I really shouldn't be mad about it. And also, they're still 9-5, so I think there's no in first place in the Central. It's fine. Thank you for joining us. We'll be doing this tomorrow. Please come watch. Or don't. It's fine. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.